The big game is fast approaching, but wait, you still haven't got your tickets. You've spent hours searching, but you're still confused about ticket prices. Time to stop searching. Visit ticketcompare.com. We compare ticket prices for all the popular leagues and tournaments for you. We work only with the most trustworthy sites, so you can have peace of mind when buying your tickets. Compare prices, buy tickets, get to the game. Ticketcompare.com. Buying tickets made simple.
Who wants to start first? Televisions, okay. Sky Sport Italy, please.
Good evening, miss. What are your first feelings coming back into the stadium? Especially after the last days, and how did you prepare to this game? We are confident that we can do much better than what we did last week against Arsenal. The first half, we didn't have the right approach. We didn't start well the game. We are proud to play in such an important stadium against a top club. And tomorrow, I hope to have prepared the game in the best way. We are a bit tired, but we have to try. We must do that. Because it's important. We are a club with a great history, and we have to do a great game and try it. For us, yes, last Sunday we saw Andre Silva in great shape. Do you think that tomorrow you will be playing the game? Well, you just looked at the last performance. But for what I can see, despite having given much space, in many other games he has proved what he can do. He's a young lad. He's coming from a very different football. It's something new for him, and he has to understand his strengths, the culture of work. At times it's good to work with the young players, and he's one of those players with a great head, with a great culture of football and hard work. Of course, he has to listen and understand and follow the instructions, and he understands when he has to put passion, when he can rest, and when he needs to work hard. One question for Suso. What kind of feelings for you? I know you're playing in this stadium for Liverpool in the past. What sort of improvement could be for you and for Milan in general? AC Milan never managed to overcome a 2-0 defeat, and only 4% of all the results in Europe of teams that have managed to overcome a 2-goal defeat. So how would it be important for your future? I believe that the game in San Siro didn't go that well. Tomorrow we have to play with a different mentality, with the right mentality, playing as a team. I'm sure this is going to be a great game in a great stadium. But we have to improve and do what we've been showing in the last games and try to win it. Good evening. I'd like to complete the stats that my colleague started. In Europa League, only one team managed to overcome a 2-0 deficit. Are you ready to make history, and how did you prepare this game to make history? Well, we always ready. We're born ready. But then we have to play against another team. We know it is going to be difficult. But football and any sports in general, there's nothing better than give all yourself and change the course of history. We came here, and but I already started a week ago, saying that we don't come here just for fun or for a little journey, and we know that it's going to be difficult. We play against a tough opponent that put us in difficult condition in the first half of San Siro, not only technically but also physically. They looked like they were running twice as fast as us, and we knew that we were going to play against a side that has got great quality. But for me, my players and my staff, no one underestimated the extent of this task. And tomorrow we'll try to have a different approach and try something different. A question for Suso as well. We don't want you to reveal us what the coach said to you, but do you expect an Arsenal team different from the one that we've seen in San Siro? How important would be for AC Milan to score a goal in the first 15 minutes? If I had to say the truth, I mean, I'm not interested on what the opponents would do. We need to concentrate on ourselves. We have to go on the pitch, and of course, if you're going to score a goal in the first half, things will improve for us. But we need to go on the pitch without the anxiety, and we need just to be ready to be compact, solid, and not given the chances to score in the counterattacks. We never forget what I said, would always say to you. You're aware that we are a team that we're not solid. We don't play as a group. We are very vulnerable. All the weaknesses start to appear, and that showed up last week. And we didn't see that for a long time. And neither me nor other people that work with me should forget this very important aspect. If we're talking about AC Milan that is improving in the last games and the last results, it's all down to the fact that this team is now playing as a group. As soon as we don't do that, then you see that the opponents get back at us. Coach, I want to go back to what you said about just after the last game against Arsenal. Perhaps there was too much excitement before the game. The fans probably were too fired up for that game. But again, tomorrow we are in another very important stadium. What did you put in place to mentally prepare for this game? I'm not a coach that speaks a lot. I don't speak a lot before the game. I don't talk to the team too much. I don't want to give in too much anxiety, or I want them to be sure that they spend the time relaxing, preparing, do physiotherapy. I don't want to put extra stress on them. But it's still a matter of fact that you buy experience at the supermarket. You have to face these games, defeats at time, and see that you have to play games when there is a 75,000 crowd. That's how you build the mentality. And of course, in some of these games, difficulties may arise. And it can happen that once in 3 months, one of the performances is not the same level of the previous results. But we need to understand what we want to do. We should never forget what we done in the previous games. We got nothing to lose tomorrow. We need to stay calm, play a game, and then we'll see. question for Suso. It's the same situation. Some of your teammates before the game in San Siro probably were putting too much expectation, and some of them probably felt a jack knee reaction before the game. And as Amisa said, you got nothing to lose. You know that. You're aware of that. No, that's nothing. We got nothing to lose, but pressure and tension are part of games like these, especially when you're playing against such a top club in such a great stadium. I think for us, for example, it's been more difficult to prepare a game like the one we had Sunday against Genoa, and then when we did well, yes, again we didn't do well. We didn't prepare. We didn't approach the game in the right way against us in San Siro. But I think if we change approach, we can do well tomorrow.
Experience of being in England and playing for Liverpool, how do you sense that Arsenal have changed since that time? And are you surprised that they are in the position they are in the Premier League right now?
I think England is, all the teams are very strong. They have a really good players, with really good coaches. It's true that maybe Arsenal is not in the best moment right now. But I think they have a really good manager with really good players that in the moment that they get well or they do some of the things that they have to do better, they will go up in the table league.
Has it surprised you?
It surprised me, but at the same moment it doesn't surprise me, because I think, as I say, there are really good teams that they play really good football, but it's true that maybe we are normally used to see Arsenal a little bit higher,
Question in English for Gennaro. Mkhitaryan and Ozil, two number 10s, it's not a common system to play it around Europe. How do you combat Ozil and Mkhitaryan in one team?
No, perché è un giocatore tecnico.
He's a very technical player. He can play in every position. He can be on the flank. He can be centre forward. When he play on the flank, he can cut through and jump the man. He's got great skills. He can score goal. He can serve assist. Since he arrived here, he definitely improved. He put more strengths. It's not just technical, but you can see that he's improved in terms of speed as well. Now that you know not to play in relation of the game in the first leg, it's a very simple question. Do you think your squad can do an exploit tomorrow? We will try, but the reality is that we have to do the perfect game. We shouldn't do any mistake. We are a team that we create a lot, but in terms of finalizing, we don't do that well. We don't finalize in all the chances that we have. We struggle a little bit in the last 25 yards. We get close to the goal very easily, but then we don't finalize as much as we create. And in the last games, we had to improve in dropping deep better, finding the spaces, and lately we haven't done that.
Questions for Suso. We'll let him do the interviews then. Okay.
Yeah, just one.
One. Okay, please.
Do you take inspiration from what Juventus did in London? They were 2-2 for the first leg. certainly in the UK, I think most people thought that Tottenham would go through. Here you are, you're coming to London, you have to overcome a 2-0 deficit. Do you take encouragement from what Juventus did?
Yeah, I think we have to take the team that they never give up. No, I think they prepare really good the game. But the people that think that Tottenham was gonna go through easy is because they don't know Juve. No, I think it's a team that works really good, that defends really good, and then in attack they have people that makes the difference. No. If I have to tell you the truth, I thought Juventus was going to go through, so I don't have nothing to say.
Okay, other questions for Jesus Suso? No, okay. Grazie.
Yeah, that's you.
So now, okay, please.
In the San Siro last week, his contract at Arsenal expires at the end of this season. He's been linked with a move to Italy. What do you know of the player, and do you think he would suit Italian football?
I remember when I came here in 2012, here in this stadium. He was a kid, but I think he can play in any league. He might be not super fast, but he's got great skills. He's very technical. He got the ball circulation. When he gets the ball, he knows exactly where to send it. He knows exactly the right pace. He can change the pace of the game. He can play central midfield or a little bit further ahead. He had a few problems, physical problems, but he's got great talent. He can still express a lot, and he can give a lot. I don't know how he's going to end up with his contract, but I always admire him for his quality. He's a very different sort of player. He's got that personality of an English football, but at the same time, he's got the same quality of a Spanish player. So two different cultures, and I like a lot. You said before that you're a bit tired. Do you think, are you worried about these elements, and are you going to overcome this problem? Yeah, we need to remind that we're missing a couple of players in Abate and Calabria. Abate, we know that just before the AS Roma game, he had a little problem in his calf. Then he had a medical test, and he is still a strain, and he hasn't recovered fully from there. We have to wait. About Calabria, we thought it was a minor thing, but still, he still can't train as he would like. The two players are very, very crucial for us. Yeah, of course, we are a little bit tired. When I speak about tiredness, I confront the technical data that we have. If you can train properly, if you can rest and properly, we can do well. But playing every 3 days, it's difficult. But again, let's see if we can tomorrow, if we can give a chance to one of the players to rest. But I'm confident that I've got a strong team, a good squad, and plenty of players that anytime they can come on the pitch and give their contribution. Two things on Donnarumma. He had a problem with his finger yesterday. No, he doesn't have any problem. Tomorrow he's going to play. After a period of calm, tomorrow there are being speculation in the press, some rumors about his future, about his contract. How did you see him in the last days? And I speak with Gigi every day. It's one of the few players that I always get a coffee together, and I speak with him constantly. always being close to him to make sure he's calm, to make sure he forgets about all the problems with the fans. From my side, there's always been a straight relationship with him. You know, at times we forget he's only 18 years old. I said to him, my goalkeepers are him, Storari, and Antonio Donnarumma. Whatever happens in the future, we will speak about the next goalkeeper. But at this moment in time, they are my 3 goalkeepers, and I will always speak about them. And of course, if he has a problem, it's normal for me to go and speak with him and explain, give him my experience, make him feel important, and that's my job. I'm not gonna explain anything else about things that we should have done or we should do in a different way. He only needs to concentrate on playing, focusing on the game, because in this moment, if he thinks about the things, the mistakes are just behind the corner. So if he focuses on the game, that's all the best he can do. 2 last questions, and then we finish. Independently, who's going to play tomorrow? The problem is finalizing the action. Kalinic, of the strikers, probably one of these having a more difficult problem compared to the others. How do you overcome this situation? Only through hard work. They need to put them in the right condition. They must express themselves in the right way. With continuity, we have 3 strikers, all 3 centre forward. Kalinic and Silva have similar characteristics. Cutrone is, of course, different from them. He have different skills. But I repeat, Nicola needs to find the self-belief. He needs to score goals. If he scores goals, then that will help with the self-belief too. All they want is to score goals, and the more goals they score, the better it is for their morale, for their mood, and we need to help them to do that. I know that it's impossible to have all 3 in the game. At times it's always 2 out of 3, but let me say something about Nicola. His teammates, even in a difficult moment, and I might say generally this team, despite being very young, they all give everything and play for each other. Despite a difficult time, there was a time even depression, I must say that I'm very pleased with the reaction of the squad in general, because they play for one another, and that means that we're creating something important for the future. Even if they don't feel well, when they not happy or they feel depressed, we still need to go there, help them, give them as many balls as possible to make sure that he can shoot on goal. A quick question: did you see the game between Manchester United and Sevilla? Did you have a chance to speak to Montella? And do you think that game can be an inspiration for you tomorrow? Yes, I've seen the game. I watched the game. I didn't speak to Vincenzo. I'm really happy for him and his staff. It's been an historical game for them, an extraordinary result. A great game in terms of technique and quality. I think they well deserved the result. And I think our teams are, in terms of characteristics, are quite similar in the way we play, both us and Sevilla. But we need to be careful, because Manchester United didn't play the best of their game yesterday, and we need to be very careful because our opponents tomorrow are very, very tough, and we see in Milan what can happen. I hope we can do the same. I hope we can do the same tomorrow as Sevilla did yesterday. Whatever. Thank you very much. Okay, come on, another question. Two quick question. Speaking to some Arsenal fans, they fear that Arsenal usually up and downs in their history. Will it be all credit to Milan tomorrow, or do you think that Arsenal can make a contribution? Well, of course, if they will make any mistake, or we will try to take advantage of them. But first, we need to think about ourselves, and then we'll see. I repeat, if we want to get a good result tomorrow, we need to do something more than what we did last week in terms of being more propositive. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard for us. But again, as I said, we will try because we have to try. You mentioned before about being tired, and of course, it's normal. Some of the players are playing more than the others. Çalhanoğlu is definitely one of them. Do you think tomorrow he will rest, or he could play? I say he's doing well. Being tired it is just a natural situation of what we've been doing the last few months. Being there without making a mistake, it brings tension, brings stress. It's not just about playing, or it's not just about training. It's a lot of contributing factors. The more you play, the more you feel well trained and fit. It was the same for me when I was playing. But then it's normal to rotate players to make sure that they are in the best condition. It's something you have to take in consideration. But don't forget that a lot of the energies get wasted through mental tiredness. But again, I'm happy for him. If we think about the player of the first 6-7 games of the season, where he was going up top speed, well, it's normal after so many games that he can't go at the same speed now. But you should also take in consideration the fact that he helps the team. I expect a lot from you. Even in Genoa, in the last game on Sunday, he had a couple of chances that I would expect from him to finalize, because he's got the skills, it's part of his DNA, and he knows how to score those goals.